Hi there, my name is Spielberg, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I'm kind of intrigued and fascinated by insanity. When people do crazy things, I just kind of like to watch it. Go, really? Wow, that's really interesting. How crazy you be? Actually, this is an aside. I've seen communities of hundreds of thousands of people and countries, absolute countries, act with the same kind of insanity I've seen individuals act as well, which is really weird. So the current insanity that I'm talking about here is a story I saw last week, I think, when the Dream Team that made Birds of Prey, Birds of Prey, the movie that should have been an incredible success, a semi-sequel to Suicide Squad, which I have to tell you, I just rewatched it about a couple of weeks ago. Well, I rewatched some of it. The first 30 minutes of that movie, freaking awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. They're introducing everybody, the Batman stuff. That is freaking awesome. And then Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The script kind of fell apart a little bit in the middle. But I think, it was it was still serviceable. But, again, that first 30 minutes, tons of fun, great music, fantastic trailer. If only it was as good as the trailer. So then they went ahead and made a sequel to that movie, Birds of Prey, and it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster in every way you can measure what a disaster is. You know what wouldn't be a disaster? You know what would be absolutely fantastic in every way? If I can get you guys to hit the subscribe button, that would be fan-dabby double dozy. Thank you very much. I'm incredibly grateful for each and every one of you who hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. If you subscribe, you can enter my competitions. The competition I have right now is something I think is really rather good. It is the Godfather DVD box set collection. You've got Godfather 1, 2, and for my sins, Godfather 3. Yeah, I know it's on Netflix, but have yourself some fit. Firstly, it's freaking free. What do you want me doing? Do you want me to pay you to take it? No, it's free. But secondly, you want your physical media because you never know. You never know when they decide something might not be tolerable anymore and they have to erase it or, cancel it. You want your physical media. So that's the first thing. So all you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and then leave the hashtag in the comments. You broke my heart, Fredo. You broke my heart, Fredo. Just go and check the video notes. It'll give you everything you need to know to download it. Also, to enter. Also, there'll be a sci-fi audio story for you to download. Right now, it's Death Trap, I think it's called. It's by a company called Big Finish. It's really, actually very, very, very good. But you can't buy it anymore. It's gone. Can't get it for love nor money. Well, you can get it for money, I guess, on eBay. But you can't get yourself. It's out of print. You can't get yourself a CD. And you can't buy a digital copy. It's out of license. So there's no legal way of getting it. Download, enjoy it. I would say if you download and enjoy it, and then sometime in the future, if Big Finish, the company makes it, gets the license back, then go over there and buy yourself a digital copy. Can't hurt. And listen, I would say, if download it, like it, enjoy it, go and check out Big Finish. There's tons of great stuff there. A lot of it very, very cheap. A lot of it very cheap and very entertaining, I would say. You know what wasn't very cheap or entertaining was Birds of Prey. It was quite expensive and not entertaining at all. And it tanked completely. It lost all its money, and it was because, for several reasons. One, Margot Robbie, who's a stunningly beautiful woman, decided she didn't want to make it for the male gaze. Darling. Harley Quinn is designed for the male freaking gaze, okay? That's why they made Harley Quinn hot, for the male gaze. And also, I guess, the lesbian gaze, I don't see why they should be left out. There's nothing wrong with having attractive people on screen, because that kind of makes, us troglodytes want to go and see them, Yeah, I remember when I was about 15 years ago, where I was at Disney World. Which park? Animal Kingdom. Was it Animal? Yeah, it was Animal Kingdom, and we were watching the Tarzan show. And at one point, Tarzan swings in, and he's this guy. He's like an Adonis. This is the most perfect muscle-bound guy I've ever seen in my life. And my son, who was younger at the time, was with me. He said, "Oh, that's a costume. He doesn't really like." I said, "No, kid. This is how people are supposed to look. People are supposed to look that good, not like this. Okay, it's supposed to look like that." So so that was a bit of an own goal, Margot Robbie's part. Also, they said they wanted to make misogynists scream and be scared and be terrified. Was that the Terminator movie that also sang? I really can't remember. There have been so many of them. It's not going to get any better as well. Every movie has to have like a fully black cast now, I think, you know. And if you're white in a movie, you just got to be hang your head in shame and say sorry a lot. Yeah, that's what we're going to see for the next 3 years. And because of that insanity, we got this story, which I saw yesterday, and I thought, oh God, we got to read this together. We have got to read this together because this is completely insane. So this insanity is, of course, from The Guardian, who are very famous for me, who are very good at being insane. So let's look at this headline. Can Margot Robbie save Pirates of the Caribbean from irrelevance? So the story was the dream team that took a movie that should have been successful, should have been profitable, should have been fun. I should have wanted to go to see it, but they alienated me in every way possible and made it tank horribly. That dream team that you could basically give them about $50 million and they could burn it. They could burn it in front of everyone and it would actually be more productive than them making a movie together. Yeah, that's the dream team that have been given a number. They're the ones who are going to be taking over Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, the rumor was Karen Gillan from Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy was in line to head out. And I was like, yes, that I'm on board for. Totally on board for. I love Karen Gillan. She's she's just like a very personal person. I never heard Karen Gillan be scared of people of the male gaze. At the same time, I don't see people like objectifying her left, right, and center. Because she's such an incredible personality. It just bubbles up through her. Margot Robbie, not so much. And also, I have to tell you, she's very, very attractive. I'm not going to deny she's very attractive, but she's not looking as good as she did. So maybe that's why she's a bit scared of the male gaze. I mean, this picture, maybe she's just over made up. Okay, that could be, but she just, I don't know. I think I think her 5 minutes of fame are coming to an end, and I think her 5 minutes of fame are coming to an end because she, again, she doesn't like normal male heterosexuals, who her movies like Harley Quinn tend to be marketed to. Same with Pirates of the Caribbean. No one's going to see this. Really? Again, if you're going to make it not for the male gaze, no one's going to see it. But listen, how about this? Let's say you're giving it an $80 million budget. Why don't you give me $1 million? Just give it to me. Give me $1 million. Why not? I'm Jewish, right? I'm Jewish, and I'm feeling like I've been marginalised. I feel like I'm marginalised because we just had a political party in England who hated Jews, and they got destroyed in the election, in the English election. But I still need a say so. So give me $1 million, and you're not going to miss it. Look, if you're going to piss away however much on this, you can give me $1 million. I'm only asking for $1 million. God's sake, really? What's your problem? So let's read this article by The Guardian. For a franchise that isn't exactly bound by historical accuracy. And that's the freaking fun of Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, that's freaking fun of the first one. Yeah, the rest of them were like, I'll go and see it with my kid. Actually, interesting personal moment. My older daughter's, I would say, sexual awakening happened during Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Where she went from being a little girl sitting next to me. Suddenly Johnny Depp came on screen, right? And she's like, what? What's this? I don't know what's going on, but I want to watch this really, really freaking intently. Funnily enough, a few years later, the same thing happened with my younger daughter with Henry Cavill in Superman when he had his shirt was burnt off in the oil rig at the beginning. She was like, what? I don't know what's going on, but I like it. I like it. And I was like, oh, yes, my daughters. I've been there too. Fine, so let's read this by Ben Child at Ben Child Geek. Really, if I may quote Adam West, Adam West never had to go around saying he's Batman. Adam West was Batman. If you have to say it, yeah, probably not it. Okay. You're probably one of these male fake geek girls. That's probably what I would call it. Probably who you are in real life. If you're not, I apologize, by the way, but that's probably who you are. Fine. How intriguing that Pirates of the Caribbean should be looking to Margot Robbie to lift the saga out the depths. Intriguing? It could have been intriguing, but okay, Margot Robbie and whatever the name of the director is, I can't remember her name. It's the dream team that are going. Intriguing, yeah, it's intriguing in that, like, I'm watching people be absolutely freaking insane, right? Again, Birds of Prey. Do you remember Birds of Prey? Of course you don't. Nobody remembers Birds of Prey, right? Because nobody saw it. Because nobody cared. Nobody cared about scaring, misogynists. And you know what? Misogynists, again, there is a fair amount of misogyny in the world. But, I wouldn't say, this universe is number one. Well, it's probably Ben Charles' number one problem. Fine. So Margaret lives from the depths and out again into the West Indian sunlight. The series has regularly dipped its toe into potentially bountiful narrative trope of female pirates surviving and thriving in a man's world. Yeah, because it's made in Hollywood, which is everything. It's the only thing they think about right now. With Keira Knightley, Penelope Cruz, Zoe Saldana, and latterly Kaylee Dorio. I don't remember. Did I see that one? I probably didn't even see the last one. Among those who have swished cutlasses and swung from the rigging. Aha! That's the thing about pirate stuff. It just makes you want to go. Aha! By the way, if you want to see Karen Gillan be a pirate, there's a very good episode of Doctor Who called The Black Spot. That's very, very piratey. That's a lot of fun. And yet the saga had its issues with gender representation. What? No, the saga had its issues with getting boring and being pointless. Like there really wasn't much point in it after the first one. And being overblown and overwrought, and overproduced and over budgeted. Gender representation? No. It didn't have wrong with gender representation, except to insane people who I'm clearly talking about. Scuderia spent most of 2017's Dead Men Tell No Tales being ogled by Johnny Depp's much older Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay, let's see. Who the hell is this woman? Let's have a look. Let's see. Kaya what's her name again? Kaya Sodeo. Let's see if we open up a new window. I've got too many tabs going on. I've got too many tabs. It's called. Do I even recognize her? I want to see who he was ogling. Twice his age. Speaking of which, you want to see creepy? A friend of my younger daughter, who I've known since she was like 8, so it's really disturbing. Is dating this guy who's like 10, 15 years older than her, who's besotted by her. Well, of course, she's an 18-year-old girl, and he's an older, creepy guy. But the creepy thing is that she looks just like his dad, like this girl's dad. That's really creepy. So I've often thought the creepiest thing that could ever happen, right? To me anyway, is if my son comes out as being gay, and that's not the creepy bit, but he brings his boyfriend home. And you know how daughters often end up with husbands, men that remind them of a father. When is this search going to finish? This is crazy. I'm about to give up on ogling her, and I really like ogling girls. So this is how much how bored I am with it. Come on. So wouldn't it be disturbing? Your son comes out as being gay, right? Comes out as gay. But then the disturbing bit is he brings his boyfriend home and he looks just like you. He looks like a younger version of you. So you're looking at you and you're having sex with your son. That would be disturbing. Oh, finally. Really? We didn't get a picture? Oh, here we go. He was ogling her. Really? Fine. Oh, I vaguely remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's vaguely hot, so, that's maybe why. And, males, human beings, are physically attracted to women. And women, when they tend to be a bit younger, tend to be a bit more attractive. It's what happens to you when you get old. I would say the same is probably true for men, but who cares? I'm not really looking at men. So she spent most of the time being ogled by Johnny Depp's much older Captain Sparrow. Johnny Depp, who's been maligned horribly by whatever her name is, Amber Heard. From what I can tell, I haven't been following that at all. Johnny Depp's greatest performance, by the way, was in the Ricky Gervais series Extras, but that was really great. Much of the character. Previous Knightley's journey from damsel in distress to briefly Pirate King of the famed 9 pirate laws. Yeah, that was boring as hell. Ended with her back on land, spending her days longing for the once-a-decade return of Orlando Bloom's tedious Will Turner. Yeah, I know, but again, it's kind of wish fulfillment to have a beautiful man and a beautiful woman ride off together into the sunset, and there was like this yearning, and it spoke of her love for her, that she would wait 10 years to spend one day or one evening with her true love. That's actually kind of a nice thing. But you're a moron, Ben Child, and you can't really work out normative human stuff, right? As a fantasy series in which ancient gods prowl the oceans, immortality is real, and our balmy buccaneers can switch from life to living death at the touch of a magic gold sovereign. You might think Pirates of the Caribbean would have little need for historical realism. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of there. So let's just stop for a second and think, who is this written for? Who is this article written for? This article is written for your granola chumping Twitterati who can stroke their beard and go, well, yes, women are so marginalised in our world. Oh, my heart bleeds for women. It's for them. It's for them to stroke their ego. Kind of like that. They stroking their egos like that. Oh, I'm such a good person because I care about women. I care about women. I'm such a good person. That's essentially what's going on while they're reading this. Yet the idea of a female pirate surviving at sea for long without having to disguise herself like a man, like the real 18th century figures, Anne Bonny and Mary Read, as well as Cruise's Angelica in 2011 on Stranger Tales, seems even more fanciful than the fountain of youth. No. If you have a predominantly male group with no female, with no female contact whatsoever for extended periods of time, men like to have sex, right? And they prefer to have sex normally with women. Now, I'm not saying if you like to have sex with if a man likes to have sex with another man, I got no issue with it. Good for you, mate. Maybe being a sailor might be for you. But if you're not one of those people and you like again, the majority of humans throughout time, and you prefer to have sex with women, and you go a little bit crazy if you go for an extended period of time without having sex with women, which I can kind of tend to do. I can relate to that. Then, if you're a woman on trapped on a ship with a bunch of men, if you don't disguise yourself, you are going to be having sex, whether you like it or not. And we like to call that rape. And people aren't really into that so much, really. So that's probably why. So that's it. Doesn't seem that fanciful to me that they would disguise themselves as men. Okay. Having a woman board was often considered to be bad luck. Yes, because all the men would have stopped working and would have jumped upon them during the golden age of piracy, because captain feared the presence would cause crew members to fight amongst themselves. Yes, that's exactly what it. By the way, if you want a bit of realism from this year, from this era, about the problems of no sexual release on long voyages, check out The Bounty, starring Mel Gibson, who anti-Semite, but yeah, made a bunch of good movies. What can you do? And Anthony Hopkins as Captain Bligh. Freaking awesome movie from the 80s. Really recommend. That's a strong recommend. Having a woman on board was often considered in the Golden Age because Captain feared make crews fight amongst themselves. Obviously it would. And yet it seems highly unlikely that Disney would consider transforming the swashbuckling series into a scurvy sea dog on Albert Nobbs, even if the story is surely fascinating one. That one day will be told far away in the world of blockbuster cinema. Yeah, okay, no, it doesn't seem fanciful they'll do it at all. It seems obvious they'll do it because Me Too happened in Hollywood, right? Hollywood felt bad that Me Too happened because Hollywood was guilty of Me Too. The entire industry, that entire town, was all 100% guilty of Me Too. And so, did they go, oh, mea culpa, we did something really bad, and because we all knew about this, right? We all knew about Me Too, including Margot Robbie, including Meryl Streep, including everybody who's wagged fingers at you. No, did they say, oh, we've done something terrible and we've got to change? No, they said, we're all terrible. Everybody's terrible. The whole Western world is terrible. And now you listen to us because we're not the terrible ones. We're all terrible, but it's mainly you, not us, because we're good people. That's what happened, mate. That's exactly what went down. So, Margot Robbie, if she ends up signing on the dotted line, I didn't know she hadn't signed yet. Don't sign, darling. Don't sign. Won't exactly be stepping into Depp's World War I boots. No, they have to completely remake the series. Again, let's see how it's going to... is it surprising they're doing this? Let me think. Star Wars, they did it in Star Wars. Did it work? No. They did it in Star Trek. Did it work in Star Trek? No. They did it in Terminator. Did it work in Terminator? No. They did it in Doctor Who. Did it work in Doctor Who? No. So, let's try it again. Again, this was... if you ever seen Blackadder, they had Stephen Fry in it, described the British battle tactics during World War One as to slowly have their men walk towards no man's land and see if and do it over and over again to see if that confuses the enemy, which of course it didn't. So so they're trying exactly the same thing again. Forces female though, right? Yay! Forces female. No, it's not. That's unclear at this stage whether Captain Jack Sparrow would make an appearance in the wake of Depp's on-off-screen struggles in recent years. Being accused of horrendous things, but that apparently he didn't do at all. If the Robbie project takes off, it's easy to see Disney quietly putting any other plans back in Davy Jones's locker to focus on what worked. What you mean this? Yeah. What? Okay. Is it going to work? Is it okay? Let's see again. When has it worked before? Show me I can show you when it's failed over and over and over again. And the truth is, you're running out of franchises to blow up with these stupid ideas. How long is it until what's the name? Ivor the Engine. Until Ivor the Engine has a movie where Ivor comes out as trans, right? And he's all rainbowy engine. Although you can't do Ivor the Engine because he's too penis shaped, and going into tunnels and stuff. Too toxic male, mate. They wouldn't be able to do that. There's little doubt Studio sees the new film as a star vehicle for an Australian actor. What's your South African? Australian actor. Oh no, it's Australian. I don't think they got it wrong. I think I got it wrong. Okay, I don't think it was them. Or they would not have hired Robbie's Birds of Prey screenwriter Christina Hodson to work on the script. Oh, they're doing it because they're virtue signaling. They don't care about it succeeding. They don't care about it succeeding because they don't care. Because they don't need to care. Because their financial existence doesn't exist on them putting out a product that works or not. That's the only explanation for this insanity. And insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You reckon you're going to get a different result? No, I don't either. Hodson, who also wrote Transformers spin-off Bumblebee, also failed. Miraculously taking the franchise that was once macho. It was never macho. Okay, look, Johnny Depp, I liked him as Captain Jack, but he was, what it was kind of good about him, he wasn't a particularly macho hero. I kind of liked him in it. Again, first one, really. David Franco, that was once macho. Again, when you say was once macho, that's really the point of everything, okay? What does Hollywood hate more than success, obviously, because they treat success like kryptonite. What do they really, really, really hate? They hate men. They hate white men. Because they want to say, all white men are terrible. You know why they want to say all white men are terrible? It's because the white men that run Hollywood are terrible. And they're trying to think, if we make all white men terrible, then we're less terrible. We dilute us. Fine. So that you wondered if the Autobots and Decepticons ran on pure testosterone and working it into a gentle, pleasing, complex coming of age tale, that was the first one, I think. That seemed to have, there wasn't gentle pleasing, it was just lots of explosions and coming of age. It was all about him buying his first book. Seemed to have more in common with Iron Giant, E.T. and Disney's Big Hero 6. All, other than E.T., very, very forgettable. Oh, Iron Giant's pretty good as well. Okay, Big Hero 6 is the only one that's forgettable. The studio will no doubt be hoping that they don't care. They're not hoping, they don't care. They want to make a social point. They don't care. They're not hoping. hoping that she can work as similar magic on Pirates of the Caribbean. The similar magic that she wrote where she worked on Birds of Prey. Yeah, I think they're hoping for that too. Which at best was a joyous chance to catch a top-notch character such as character actors such as Depp, Jeffrey Rush, and Ian McShane at the peak of their furniture-chewing powers, but at worst into lazy, sexist retread territory. With plots eventually becoming so soggy and convoluted that most of us would have joined Jones's doomed crew on the Flying Dutchman rather than be forced to unravel them. Wait, is that the end of the story? Okay, so he basically said that that it's they're getting rid of the bad white males. That's what it is. Yeah, that's really the plan. It was a puff piece going nowhere, which I guess is what you can expect from the Guardian talking about genre items. My name is Sheila Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.